for fear. Say the remedy for fear. How many know with everything there's a cause and effect? If there is a problem, there is a solution. And if there is a problem with fear, there's a solution for fear. And so today we're going to give you the solution. I don't just want to talk about something and magnify it and not give you the answer to deal with it. So we're talking about part 4, the remedy for fear. Go back over to 1 John. We were there a couple of weeks ago, chapter 4, 1 John. As this one sister that used to say, John. 1 John chapter 4, and we're going to start at the 17th verse. 1 John 4 and 17, talking about the remedy for fear. It says, by this, love is perfected with us, so that we may have what? Boldness or confidence in the day of judgment. Because as he is, so also are we in this what? World. Now I can't even deal with that. As he is, just keep that in mind. Verse 18, there is no fear in what? Love. No fear in love. But perfect love casts out fear. Because fear involves torment or punishment. And the one who fears is not perfected in love. So in order to deal with fear, we have to understand God's love. There is no dealing with fear without a revelation of love. Because fear is the exact opposite of faith. Fear is faith in reverse, and faith worketh by love. So if you don't understand the love of God, the love that God has for you, then you are more susceptible to fear. Because perfect love casts out fear. Where you understand the perfection of God's love, fear came about it. And so when I deal with people that are dealing with fear, I always say it's a love problem. It's a love problem. Well, how is that a love problem? Because perfect love casts out fear. I told you in previous weeks that perfect love becomes a deliverance ministry in your life. And when there is perfect love, it delivers you from fear. Say that with me. Say, perfect love, delivers from fear. Now, just write this down. Everybody knows John 3:16. It says, for God so what? Now, if we read it in the Greek, we would say it like this. For God so agape the world. That word agape is unconditional love. Our love that God extended to us didn't have any requirements. It didn't have any conditions. We couldn't earn it. It was just a love that God had for his creation, unconditional. And so when we're talking about being perfected in love, we're not talking about conditional love. We're talking about unconditional love. Love without motive, love without restraint, love without condition. We have to become perfected in that love to be delivered from fear. Perfect love is agape love, unconditional love, casts out what? People that are fearful of having a struggle with love somewhere. And if you trace it back to their childhood, usually there was a breakdown in them being affirmed and being loved. And it sprouted up as a type of phobia. But when there is perfect love, so when we have a true encounter with God and perfect love shows up, then we're no longer supposed to be plagued by fear. Because perfect love casts out fear. As a believer, there is nothing in this earth that terrify you, cause fear to arise in your life.